Hi everyone, my name is Nicole, and today I'm bringing you a new gentle yoga on Genesis Go. For today's class, you'll just need an open space in your home, a yoga mat if you have one available, and just about 30 minutes to relax the mind and the body. We'll get started. It doesn't have to be anything too formal to begin. Just allowing the mind to settle and attend to the present moment. Before we begin the practice, maybe finding a word or a feeling or thing that you want to have more of in your day today. That may be joy, calm, love, as you deepen the breath, bring that feeling, that sense into the body. As you exhale, send it out to the space around you. And breathing in, bringing that word, that feeling into the body with the breath. And as you exhale, sending it to the space around you. Nice. On the next breath in, sweep the arms up, gathering the air, gathering that feeling. As you exhale, the hands soften down toward the heart. The air releases. From here, take the right hand beside you, sweep the left arm over, lengthening through the side of the waist. Turning the head to look toward the left leg or looking underneath the left arm. Stay here, take a breath in. Stay here as you exhale. Bend the elbow, bring the shoulders upright. Breathe in, sweep the arms up, look up. Hands come down toward the heart to release. All right, let's come into the other side. Left hand beside you, right arm sweeps over. Still pressing down through both sitting bones, tilting the head to look underneath the arm or toward the right knee. And the length, the space through the right side of the waist. Staying here as you exhale. And bending the elbow, bringing the shoulders upright. Breathing in, sweeping the arms up, looking up. Hands come down to the heart to release. All right, we'll do a little bit of twisting, then we'll come onto the back. You'll keep your left leg as it is. Right knee will come forward, sole of the foot is on the mat. Left hand comes to the front of the knee, right hand comes behind you to twist. And keeping the shoulders level. The spine stays centered with the hips as you turn. And you're either looking toward the wall at the side of the room or looking over the back shoulder. Stay here, take a breath in, growing taller. Stay here as you exhale, twisting more deeply. Another cycle of breath, breathing in, finding length in the body. As you exhale, twisting more deeply. Unwind, bring the body back to center. Switch the cross of the legs, so now this time your right knee will be out to the side, sole of the left foot is on the mat. Right hand comes to the front of the shin, left hand comes behind you as you turn. Shoulders level. Either looking toward the wall that you are turning in the direction of, or looking over the back shoulder. And centering the torso with the hips, just rotating on top of that space. Staying here as you breathe in. Twisting more deeply as you exhale. And one more time here, smooth breath in, feel the body grow taller. as you exhale, feel the body twist more deeply. Unwind, bring the body back to center. Cross the legs. I'll turn sideways here. Just release into the hips and the low back. Walk the hands forward. Bring the chin in toward the chest and the back of the neck can relax. Palms press into the mat, sitting bones press into the mat. If you're able to bring the forearms, the elbows down to the ground, you're welcome to do this. If this is a bit ambitious for the body today, you can stay more upright, take the hands wider and bend the elbows. We're all going to look differently in this pose, so take the version that works for you today. Be kind to yourself. Give the body this chance to restore. Use the hands, walk the shoulders back over the hips. And help the knees come together with the hands. Soles of the feet will come onto the mat. And then from here we'll lay onto the back. Knees come into the chest. Hands hold on to the back of the knees, the feet, the ankles soften. You can feel the length of the spine press down into the ground. The tops of the shoulders glide down toward the mat. The front of the shoulders and chest soften. We'll keep the right knee in, straighten the left leg so the heel rests down on the mat. Both hands come behind the right knee. If this is a little bit challenging for the low back or if it causes discomfort, you can bend the left knee and just keep the sole of the foot flat. It's a nice option. Hands stay interlaced behind the right knee. We'll move through this a few times. You'll reach the right foot up toward the ceiling as you breathe in. The knee does not have to straighten. You'll still feel the stretch in the hamstring. Draw the top of the right foot back toward your face to add the calf stretch. Reach the right toes up toward the ceiling to feel the stretch through the front of the shin and the ankle. And then bend the knee, bring your foot back to its starting position. So we're right back where we began. We're going to do this 2 more times. Breathe and reach the right foot toward the ceiling. Draw the top of the foot back toward your face. Reach the toes toward the ceiling. And then release the leg back to its starting position. And one more time. Inhale, the leg reaches. Draw the top of the foot back toward you. Reach the toes away. And then bend the knee back to its starting position. All right, we'll keep the right knee bent. Left hand will come to the front of the knee. Right hand comes to the hip. We'll rotate so you're rolling onto the outside of the left leg. Your chest is open toward the ceiling. Left hand supports the knee. Right hand can stay on the hip with the elbow bent. For some people, this will feel better for the shoulders, the neck. If you would like to take it further, you can always bring the arm out beside you to stretch through the front of the body. Finding the version that works best for you. Finding what feels best allows the body to rest and restore. Staying here, another full cycle of breath, smooth breath in, smooth breath out. Unwind, bring the leg back to center. Hug both knees in toward the body. And then reach the legs long, arms reach overhead. Take a full body stretch. Feeling the difference between the right and the left side. Maybe the right shoulder feels a bit higher, or the right side of the waist feels longer. And bend both knees back in toward the body. And do the same sequence on the other side, starting with the hands behind the back of the legs, letting the knees soften toward the chest. Then your left knee will stay bent in toward the body, right leg straightens so the heel rests down on the mat. Again, you have that option of bending the knee, keeping the sole of the foot flat. And you may need that more so on this side compared to the previous. From here, breathing in, reaching the left leg toward the ceiling. Again, the knee does not have to straighten. You'll still feel the stretch in the hamstring, back of the leg. Draw the left foot back toward your face to stretch into the calf. Reach the toes toward the ceiling. And then bend the knee, bring the leg back to its starting position. We have 2 more times like this. Breathing in, reach the leg up toward the ceiling. Draw the top of the foot back. Reach the toes away from you. And then bend the knee, bring it back to its starting position. 1 more time, breathing in, the leg reaches. Top of the foot draws back, toes then reach away, the knee bends, the leg comes back to its starting position. Now your right hand will come to the front of the knee, left hand comes to the hip, rolling or turning so that you're rolling onto the outside of the right hip. Right hand will support the knee, your shoulders stay open toward the ceiling. Left hand can stay on the hip with the elbow bent, or the left arm can come out beside you to help open up the chest, the shoulders. Finding what works best for you. Let's release through the outside of the left hip. Keeping the breath steady and calm. One more round of breath here. Nice, bring the leg back to center. Recenter yourself with the mat. Hug both knees in. And then reach the legs long, arms reach overhead. Take a full body stretch. All right, bend the knees. Soles of the feet will come flat onto the mat. Hands come out beside you, palms down, but they're a little bit wider, almost to the edges of the mat, maybe even off the mat. We'll move through 3 rounds of bridge pose to open up the front of the hips and the thighs. But this is a mild bridge, so you're only lifting about 25-50% of your typical height. We aren't coming into a major back bend, just opening up the front of the body. Making sure the soles of the feet are flat, knees and toes are pointing forward. As you breathe in, press into the feet, the shoulders to lift the hips away from the mat. Bridge pose, again, a low bridge. And as you exhale, slowly unwind the spine onto the mat, 1 inch at a time. Take a fresh breath once you land. Pressing into the feet as you breathe in, lifting the hips, feel the heart lift toward the chin, front of the shoulders, front of the hips open. As you exhale, slowly unwind the spine onto the mat. Once you land, take a fresh breath in. 1 more round, pressing into the feet, breathing in, lifting the hips. Feeling this length from the front of the knees, through the hips, through the shoulders. And slowly lowering down as you exhale. Releasing the spine onto the mat, taking a fresh breath. And straighten the legs, reach the arms overhead, full body stretch. Let's bend the knees. We'll roll over onto the side, come up onto hands and knees here for just a moment. This will allow us to stretch the low back and the front of the hips. Excuse me, the outside of the hips, low back, outer hips. So you're starting in a tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You'll bring your knees out so that they are at the edges of the mat. The feet will come more toward the center. Sit back toward the heels for child's pose. Now, if you are not able to come all the way back to the heels, you can still stay here and just bring your elbows down onto the mat. Let your forehead release. That will still let the hips, the low back soften a bit. If once you get back here, it's hard for you to bring your head all the way down to the mat, you can make a fist and let your forehead rest on the fist. Again, this will still let the low back relax. You'll still find an opening and a release through the shoulders, the neck. Just finding that version that works for you today. Walk your hands over so that they are on the left side of your mat. Your right hand will be down, left hand comes on top to anchor. Let your head release down toward the ground and shift the right side of your waist toward the right side of the mat. So the hips stay centered. We're just adding stretch through the right rib cage, right side of the rib cage, the right shoulder. Finding length through the left side of the body. Come back to center. This time we'll walk over toward the right side. So your left hand will be down on the mat. Right hand comes down to anchor. Head rests in between the arms. And then you're pressing the left side of the waist toward the left side of the mat. Finding stretch through the outside of the shoulder, through the left side of the rib cage. And then the right shoulder soften down. Another breath in. Nice job. Walk the hands back to center. Come forward, hands and knees. Bring the knees back underneath the hips. Hands underneath the shoulders. You're looking in front of the fingertips. We'll move through one round to your cat-cow. First, let your abdomen sink down. Look forward as you breathe in. Exhale, round your back. Look toward the thighs as you reach the spine up. Find a neutral spine, your flat back. And from here, we'll come onto a seated position. Bring the legs forward. Both legs will reach forward. Stretch into the hamstrings, the back a little bit further. Legs forward, toes pointing straight up. Take a breath in, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Hands come to the outside of the feet, or maybe the outside of the shins or the knees. Just finding that placement that works for you. Allowing the shoulders to soften. Chin nods in toward the chest so the back of the neck can relax. Smooth, easy breathing. Use the hands to bring the shoulders back over the hips. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. The sole of the right foot comes to the inside of the left leg. If this is not comfortable for the knee, the leg can straighten out to the side as an option. But your shoulders are going to center with that left leg. Your hands will then walk in the direction of the left foot for Marichyasana, either holding onto the foot, the shin, or the ankle. Trying to keep the shoulders level with the mat, so that may mean that your right arm needs to relax more toward the center. This will add a stretch through the right side of the low back, also through the right inner thigh. Keep the breath calm. those areas of the body that can work just a little less right now. Last moment here. Bring the shoulders back over the hips. Help bring the leg back to center. And breathing in, sweeping the arms up. Fold forward on the exhale. Notice the difference from this time to the previous. Notice the difference between the sides. And bring the body upright. Bend your left knee this time. Right leg will stay straight. Shoulders turn so that they are centered with the right leg, and the hands walk in the direction of the foot. Either holding on to the ankle, shin, or the foot if you are able to reach it. Shoulders level with the mat, so that left elbow, left shoulder may need to relax down a bit further. And stretch through the left side of the back, through the left inner thigh. Again, observing on this side what areas of the body can work just a little less than they are right now. Last breath here. Bring the shoulders back over the hips. Help the left leg come back to center. One more time, breathing in, the arms sweep up. Exhale to fold forward. And celebrating whatever progress you have made. Noticing the positive changes. Bring yourself back upright. Bend the knees, we'll come onto the back from here. Hug the knees in toward the body. Before our final Shavasana, we'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana, or bound angle, where we're laying back. The knees will be bent, the soles of the feet come together, and then the knees go out toward the sides. If this is not comfortable for your knees or your ankles, you can also cross one ankle over the others, and that's a nice alternative. Hands can either rest on the front of the hips, or they can go out wide beside you. There is a small arch to the back of the neck and the low back. The eyes will move in the direction of the ceiling to allow the jaw and the head to relax. Use the hands to help the legs come back to center. And then hug the knees in toward the body. One more time, reaching the legs long, arms reach overhead, taking a full body stretch. We'll come into our final Shavasana. From here, the legs will roll out toward the edges of the mat. Arms come out beside you, palms turn up. If the low back is still feeling a bit tight, you can keep the knees bent and have the soles of the feet on the mat. It's whatever works best for you. The eyes move in the direction of the ceiling, eyelids softly close. Allow yourself a few minutes to simply be here. Allowing the body to soften into the ground. Allowing the breath to move in and out without effort. Letting go of any judgment or expectation in this moment. Right now, you are doing everything exactly as you should. Slowly bringing that movement to the fingers and toes. And small motion to the wrists and ankles, easing your attention back into the room. Bending the knees so the soles of the feet come flat on the mat. Roll over toward the right side. Right hand is a pillow for a few breaths. And press your way upright to a seated position. Eyes stay softly closed. Palms come to touch in front of you. Noticing the difference from when you began. Coming back to that word or that feeling that you wanted to bring into the practice and into your body. As you breathe in, feel that sensation grow and expand. As you exhale, send it out to the space around you. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the practice. I enjoyed being a part of yours. If you would like to find more yoga videos or any type of workout video that you need during this time, you can check out our Genesis Go YouTube channel or our Facebook page. We will be having new videos uploaded on a regular basis. You can find just about anything you will need. I appreciate your time today. Take care.